Naima, I haven't heard from you. Deborah, I know that you on the line.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm so glad to, I'm feeling wonderful.
Excellent.
And I'm excited for Lionel and all of the information that he has provided thus far.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
He lived a rainbow life, and I always enjoyed him telling about his life. And I certainly hope you're documenting everything about your life.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Because it is full. You know, Lionel, you spoke so much about where you come from in this arena. Are you up to date, or do you have any direction as far as what's going on now in the climate of the housing authority?
Well, that's an excellent question. You know, I have to give my thanks to the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, because they trained me so well that I have knowledge of a lot of their information systems, how to access them. And the simple thing that many people don't understand is every single day there is something called the Federal Register. Many people need to learn how to read that Federal Register, because it's the Federal Register that tells you what is going on, what Congress has done, what new regulations, laws, rules, and procedures will take place, which ones need to be commented on, can be commented on, when they will go in effect. So I read the Federal Register just like some people drink a cup of coffee every day.
How do you get to
every single day. All you got to do is go to Google and Google United States Federal Register, Department of Housing and Urban Development. There's Federal Register notifications for every federal agency in the United States government. And they print them every single day, and that's how you keep up to date on changing rules, procedures, methodologies, etc.
All right. Deborah, what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. I'm trying to write it down.
I'm going to give my phone number out pretty soon.
Oh, great. Because that would be a great reference piece to those of us who are looking. You know, civics is not in the education
process
the
anymore.
Secondary, the primary, and the secondary anymore.
Yes.
And, you know, social media is now the education platform.
That's right.
So us getting that out in that way, for those who are interested, for those who are looking to change and wanting to know, this is something that is a good start. I know I get information and news flashes from the Department of Justice and the Department of Defense on a regular basis every day. Like you said, something is being distributed, but I was unaware of this, so I'm certainly going to get on this database so I can get updates every day. And I know the city does things. You know, government is on so many levels. You've got the county, you've got the city, you've got the state, you got the federal government, and these are, sometimes they don't all talk to each other.
That's right.
But sometimes they will talk to you.
That's right.
So, again, knowing where to go is a lot of the battle.
Yes.
And getting that information out is so important and so valuable. And like I said, Lionel, you are a wealth of information.
And Lionel has some information he's going to share with us now about an event that's going to take place tomorrow. And we should be aware of this, because perhaps we need to be there so that we can get the first-hand notification that is going to be shared tomorrow. So Lionel, why don't you tell us a little bit about the upcoming event tomorrow?
Okay, I'm going to give my phone number out. 312-918-2974. That's 312-918-2974. Now, I happen to be the president of an organization that a group of us created called the Illinois Consortium on Public, Affordable, Disabled, and Senior Housing.
Whoa, that's a mouthful.
And right now we have close to 3,000 people on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. You can go there. You know, you can see all kinds of stuff on my LionelNixon Facebook page. But we also have Illinois Consortium on Public, Affordable, Disabled, and Senior Housing. And I'm kind of holding back. You know, like my good friend, the late Steve Coakley used to say, I haven't even got warmed up yet. And so a lot of stuff that I'm not going to say today, I'm going to say tomorrow, because we're having an event at 5 o'clock. I'm going to be giving a very short lecture, and we're going to be having an open discussion with some of the very best minds in this town and in the county on the issues of this tax, unfair, discriminatory, unlawful tax that has been found to have been too high on homeowners, implemented by the Cook County Assessor's Office under the current administration. We're going to talk about this $500 million and specifically what we can do.
Go ahead.
Relative to this money that was supposed to be put out, that's being used by the Chicago Housing Authority to pay bills and pensions and not be released until possibly right before the next election. And then, you know, that'll be, you know, all these people that should be housed now, they would be housed and they'd be in position to vote. But by them holding back on the money, it is clearly an attempt to reduce the numbers of the black population. We're going to talk about the programs at the Illinois Housing Development Authority. What kind of programs that they have that can be utilized? The last time I checked, Chicago and Cook County were in Illinois. We're going to talk about who are the Chicago Housing Authority commissioners. We're going to take a look at those individuals. What do they do? Who are on the state legislative housing committees? Who is on the state senate housing committees?
Okay.
Deborah, a very excellent point that you made is about, we've got local government, city, Cook, we've got the county, we've got the state of Illinois, we've got the federal government. This whole aspect is what they trained me in Washington. That's why the program I was in was called the HUD Intergovernmental Program. Because it's like we're playing chess, not checkers. Every piece fits in a certain way. They got counties that have 50,000 people or more, cities that have 50,000 people or more. You got cities that have 10,000 people or less, which are called small cities.
Okay.
You know, you got rural areas, the people in like Cairo, Illinois, and little small places that might only have 4,000 or 5,000 people. Those people are getting wiped out. Their desperation, they hurt so bad, that's why in their anger they vote for somebody like Mr. Donald Trump. Because they mad. Because the Democrats, you know, how in the world can I be helping Barack Obama? I'm digressing. And then the next thing I know, Rahm Emanuel, who was working for Hillary Clinton, we whooped her. And then after the election's over, I turned around, and Rahm Emanuel was the chief of staff of Barack. So you know I was out. I've been fighting him for. So there's all kinds of stuff that's going on, and we have to be able. I like Barack. Barack is a friend, have the highest degree of respect for him, but listen, we got to be able to put everybody in check when it comes to facts. Yeah. You know, we can all have our opinions, but we can't have our own separate facts.
Yes.
And so, everybody knows I was one of the biggest supporters of Barack Obama. I created the Moving Forward theme for his campaign, and there were always these little folks, Axelrod and Rom, and these other little groups, they always tried to push us first responders. the ones that was with him from the very beginning, we all got pushed out. Many of us didn't get, like myself, we didn't get invited to the inaugurations. But we got all these nice letters on thank you so much. I even got a letter from Brock tells me about what? That he couldn't have done it without me. Now, so you got all kinds of issues that have come up. You have the issue of the Presidential Center, which I support. You got to understand the real slickness of this. It is not Barack Obama's Presidential Center that is the issue in terms of spatial deconcentration or gentrification. It is the golf course. The golf course is the thing that they have to have a certain amount of acreage. So imagine yourself standing on 67th and Cottage Grove. I always try to get this analogy, where the funeral cemetery is.
Yeah.
And you imagine it's fenced off. Well, just imagine 67th and Stony Island being like that. And you have this big golf course where now you got access from all these points, public access, but now you can't go in there now because they got a golf hole. You might get knocked upside your head with a golf ball. You go over there. Then they close in Cornell, they close in Marquette, and it's not because of the Barack Obama Center, it's because of the golf course. They want to get rid of all the little nature centers where we can go and have some peace and chill. It's not the Barack Obama Center talking about they want to replace those on roofs. It's not the Barack Obama Center. It is the golf course. And the Barack Obama Center and the golf course are separate entities. They're not even the same. It's a whole nother group. So Rahm Emanuel, what does he do? He put everybody getting rewarded for some of us. He puts his ex-campaign manager in charge of a $30 million project to create a golf course. So you know what? I heard that they're going to charge $200 to play golf on the weekend. Do you know how much it costs now? $35.
They're going to charge
That's what I heard through the grapevine. Heard it through the grapevine. Remember that one? So when they put this golf course in, that's going to gentrify. It's going to make the value of all the property go up. Now, here's a fundamental problem in this town. They create, so Congress people and aldermen and state reps and other people say, Lionel, you need to just be quiet. Just slow down for a minute, man. Because, and these are people I like. Personally, I don't dislike them. And some of these people have done some really good things. But as a native of Chicago, it's not my job to sit down and watch them displace us when I know better.
Right.
So they say, well, sometimes you just have to be quiet and you have to sacrifice, because in order to get something done, you got to do that. Well, that sounds like good politics in the short term, but that ain't good for your grandchildren and their children.
Right.
You see, because Rahm Emanuel controls 26 votes in the city council. 26. Every project that has to do with the construction, they're building a lot of senior citizens, there are a lot of baby boomers, but there are 86 million millennials across the country. So millennials are pretty soon going to be the large, the people that's 18 to 50, that's going to be the biggest group pretty soon.
Okay.
So, the average cost of a one-bedroom apartment in Chicago is $1,200.
That's the average cost?
The average. For new construction, what they building. That's actually, that's really the bottom for new construction. But for rehab, it fluctuates 8, 9. So we can get together and we can get Auntie Joyce to move in with us, or our cousin. We can maybe put $1,000 together. But what we can't do is the lady that's got baby's kids.
Yes.
2, 3 children.
Yeah.
People can't afford 2-bedroom apartments. Right. Let alone afford 3 2-bedroom apartments going for $2 grand. 3 bedrooms going for $2,500. So there is a crisis. So instead of Chicago Housing Authority spending all that money on pensions and bills, they need to take some of that money at least and put it out here. Why are they holding back? Because they're trying to keep the numbers down. And because they're playing on the ignorance of the public that the folks don't know. But they can't tell me that. So people like me, they try to isolate me, try to make people think like it's something wrong with me. But there ain't nothing wrong with me. In fact, I know more than a lot of them know, quiet as kept. So now I decided after all these years, you know, I lost my mother last year. I started thinking, I've been advising presidents, congressmen, aldermen. It's time for me to lead. So I'm taking a leadership position in terms of the Illinois Consortium on public, affordable, disabled, and senior housing. And tomorrow, 8148 South Stony Island at the Avalon Library will be the first of a series of meetings that will be taking place all across the state of Illinois and in Chicago as we go into deep concentration on the problems and what the solutions are relative to single-family housing and multifamily housing, because there is a crisis in family housing.
We have a caller, Lionel.
Wonderful.
A person that wants to speak with you, and her name is Miss Glenda Fulton.
Oh.
Welcome, Glenda. Thanks for calling in.
Welcome, aloha, family.
Hey, Glenda.
How's everybody?
We're all fine.
We're okay.
We're listening to Lionel give us
Good, wonderful. Thank you.
giving us the 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Fine.
You got some questions for Lionel?
Aloha, because I'm in Maui.
Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Till January at that, but Lionel, thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate it. I have a sheet with some information on it. I'd like to send it to you and get your take on it.
All right.
It's something that my building where I live in has the audacity to put in your folder and then threaten you if you don't sign it. That I've never seen, and I'm grateful that they had to, because now I really do know who to go to. I kept saying, now I got to ask somebody about this sheet, because, you know, you invade my privacy to tell me about some card to sign off on just in case I lose any of my benefits or don't have any income. What would make you even think that?
So, Glenda, you live in a facility.
Some of these programs.
It sounds like a prohibited practice. A prohibited practice.
A one-bedroom with the building still needing a whole lot of help is $8.99.
Wow, where you're at?
Yeah.
So, is that considered a HUD building that you're in?
It is. It's a family building, and yes, it has subsidies.
And so you have to pay 30% of your income. Is that the way that works?
You either do the 30%, or you do, if you're gifted to get a Section 8, you get the building Section 8.
Okay. All right. So
yeah, you can't come in with a Section 8 because it'll get non-enforced. So it's no sense if you come in there with yours. Find somewhere else. You want to keep that flexibility.
Okay. Okay.
So it's project-based. It sounds like a project-based building where the assistant stays with the building. And you got to understand that the rules have to do with what's in the lease. And I happen to be a certified leasing and occupancy specialist. I was certified by the National Center for Housing Management in Washington. So what I also know is that they have you sign something, it has to be an addendum to the lease. If it's not an addendum to the lease, we might question it on merit, but if it's not an addendum to the lease, it's illegal.
Whoa.
And you tell them that LionelNixon said that.
I'm sure it's involving them, but then it becomes another level of talk for me, because why would I need to sign something over to some company to give me a card to be paid about some electricity?
Sounds awfully peculiar.
Because I shared that with Wanda about 2-3 weeks ago. I'm not comfortable with that. You know, the lady said, well, you know, if you can't sign that paper, we can't renew your lease. I said, oh, my lawyer knows.
Oh, boy.
Just trying to talk to you all.
Wow.
You're telling me about if I lose my benefits or income, this card comes to me with some kind of money on it. Well, who are these people? I don't even know who these people are at first time.
Who did you get the notice from? Who did you get the notice from, Glenda?
The first, it's in your pack when you're signing your lease. The first time around, the first paper was from Chase. Now it's from another bank, and I don't have the name right off.
Chase Manhattan Bank.
It's tied to the beat.
You know what Chase Manhattan Bank does? Chase Manhattan Bank.
Oh, yeah.
They close down. If you don't have a certain amount in your account, then they have a little small, in their small print, they have something that says that we can discontinue the relationship anytime. Because I had a friend, and they was getting their benefits and everything, and Chase this for no reason all closed their account.
Yes, it does.
So they're coming up with all these kind of little things. But you got the HUD Inspector General.
Or what?
Say that again?
Okay. Yeah, well, I was saying, okay, I'm veteran, so.
Yeah. Well, the Veterans Administration, they've got housing programs that they administer in conjunction with HUD. And, you know, there are all kinds of things that we're going to be raising tomorrow at Avalon Library, 8148 South, Stony Island Avenue in Chicago from 5 to 7:30. And I wish you folks out there would come to my Facebook page or go to Illinois Consortium on Public, Affordable, Disabled, and Senior Housing on Facebook and share that and invite friends to come because we're going to put some information out there that people are not going to believe, and we're not going to just talk about the problems. We're going to talk about things that can be done as we examine the institutions that are administering these programs and what the rules are. And we're going to be developing a brain trust, an ongoing mobile think tank that can move around Chicago, move through the state, and we begin to organize people and point them in the direction to get and bring about policy change.
Able to follow you and record that.
I will, Glenda.
To be able to okay. All right, aloha, you all. I'm on the road.
All right.
All right, you take care, Glenda.
I'll keep listening. Aloha. You too.
Aloha.
Lionel, I gotta find out how to. I think I'm on your Facebook, but I prefer to get that paper to you another way. So let me know how to get it.
Okay, LionelNixon at yahoo.com. And my phone number is 312-918-2974.
I got you loud and clear. Thank you.
All right.
See, Lionel, now here you
All right, I'll keep listening.
You got folks calling in, want to talk to you because they need the information. They need to know which way to go. They didn't have a clue. Glenda didn't know. I didn't know. So I'm sure it's a lot of people that don't know what to do and who to talk to. But now we know.
Well, you know, I just want to just say this. You know, I would, if Barack Obama was sitting around here today, I would tell him, you know, at some point, no matter how high you go, once a community organizer, always a community organizer.
All right.
Like I hate to digress, but I said to Barack, now Barack, you was a community organizer. So now you got all these people out here that want a benefits agreement. So now if you was, hypothetically, if you was a community organizer, if he was the Barack Obama that we knew back in the day, when we worked with him, when he came to the great Morgan Carter for help, the one that put him on TV.
We got to take a break. You going to come back and tell us more about that.
I'm going to
We're enjoying you, Lionel. We're enjoying you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. Naima, take the wheel, girl. Go with it.
Hi, I'm Helene Gale, President and CEO of CARE. As one of the world's leading poverty-fighting organizations, CARE is on the front lines every day. And by seeing poverty up close, one thing is clear. More often than not, the face of poverty is a woman. Did you know that of the 1.4 billion people living on just over $1 a day, 70% are women and girls? Women do 2/3 of the world's work, but earn only 10% of the income. Women produce half of the world's food, but own only 1% of its land. And of the almost 900 million adults worldwide who can't read or write, 2/3 are women. Simply put, women and girls are the poorest, most excluded group on the face of the earth. That's why promoting gender equality, goal number 3 of the UN Millennium Development Goals, is so important. In fact, cutting poverty in half by 2015 depends on it. At CARE, we help empower marginalized women and girls so that they can play a significant role in society. We look at their whole life cycle and intervene at the most critical points in their lives with knowledge, tools, and other resources. With just a little help getting started, women and girls can find their voice. Their world opens up and they go on to create lasting solutions to poverty and bring permanent change to their communities. Ending poverty means creating a world where everyone has the opportunity to realize his or her potential. This starts with gender equality. And if we all do our part, it's a world within our reach.
Implemented, especially in Inglewood and areas like that.
You know, you are right on point. You know, as you know, I haven't worked for HUD since 1997. Matter of fact, when I left HUD, that's when they started blowing up the public housing, because I was really right in the middle, inside the beast of the belly figure of speech, and they couldn't get away with all this stuff because I knew too much. So I don't work for HUD. I do have a lot of knowledge and superior training by HUD. I'm very aware of all of their programs, their systems, their information systems, policies, regulations, where the money is, stuff that they're doing that's wrong, and I have been an advocate and I have been fighting, you know, but not in a sense of being an anarchist, but I've been just trying to get them to do what they're supposed to do, because there are a lot of financial developers, and instead of the interests of the people, it's all about the Benjamins and making money.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't got no problem with folks making money, but take care of the people.
There you go.
So I'm all the way down with you, and I have sacrificed everything. My career, I was making thousands and thousands of dollars, and they pushed me out of there because I wouldn't go along with the program. But I told them that my grandfather was Edgar Daniel Nixon, the man, E.D. Nixon, the man that started Dr. Martin Luther King in the civil rights movement, and I come from that DNA, and my granddaddy told me that a man must stand for right, even if he stands alone. So now, instead of just advising these people, I'm starting to get to the point, because I'll be 67 years old December 1st, and I decide these next 10 years, instead of advising, I'm going to start leading.
Come on now, Lionel. Come on. Deborah, I know you got something to say.